Yep. So the main one I really want to talk about is waiver of the VA funding fee for VA home loans. If you stop by the live stream just the other day, either on this channel, on Veterans Info Tap, or the CivDiv, we had David Piatek. I hope I'm saying his last name right. With VA housing education and an actual subject matter expert. I've never heard someone speak about just lending and mortgage and home loan stuff as well as David. He's able to articulate his thoughts perfectly, but that is an absolute huge rating. And you know what it makes me think of when we talk about 0%? Because I've never met someone who has 0%. But it makes you think of the Vietnam veteran who Agent Orange and hypertension becomes presumptive, and bam, all of a sudden they're eligible for hypertension, which we know is not that good because it's probably going to result in a 0% rating if we're looking at just the majority of hypertension ratings. So that's who I'm thinking about here. I'm sure there are other scenarios, but that's the number one audience that pops in my head. But I think that VA funding fee, the waiving of that, saving you anytime a veteran, especially a Vietnam era veteran, can save money, I'm going to give that a thumbs up, 1,000%. And I'll double down on that. Go ahead, Jason.
Absolutely. So 2 thumbs then, right?
Yeah.
Double down. All right. So
Okay.
Also, there's burial and plot allowance, which is another benefit that pops in when you're at a compensable 0%. Now, here's the thing with 0% to kind of, I guess, parlay a little bit from where you were with your Vietnam era veteran story. Hypertension is such a huge win for veterans of Vietnam, having it as a presumptive condition. The reason why I say that is because typically somebody who passes away from a heart attack is going to have hypertension as well. And so what this does is, even if that was the only rating, now I never suggest be happy with a 0% and just stay there and that's your life. There's probably other things we could look for, all of that. But let's just say, for argument's sake, you only have a 0% rating or 3 0% ratings in the compensable 0% example. And one of those happens to be hypertension at the lower level. And maybe the other one's sleep apnea, right? And you're treated. God.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
Right? Jeez. So when that goes into effect. Anyway, so the point here is that now you have a service-connected condition of hypertension. If you were to ever pass away of a heart attack, for example, your spouse would be able to utilize your service-connected hypertension as kind of a gateway into dependency indemnity compensation, which is a fantastic benefit. So really, any rating 0 through 100, anything that you're rated for in there could be the bridge for a surviving spouse, dependent parent, if they qualify. Typically, it's going to be the surviving spouse for dependency indemnity compensation. I'm going to throw one little quick note out there, Clay, and then we can move on to the 10%. For disability, for dependency indemnity compensation, if you're rated less than 100%, right, at 100% or less, or 100% but less than 10 years, God, there's so much nuance. Then what happens is you must have passed away from a service-connected condition. Now, this example, heart attack is not hypertension, so you did not pass away from a service-connected condition. You passed away from a heart attack. However, on the death certificate, there's spots for the cause of death and spots for, a spot for the cause of death, and then section for contributing cause of death. The VA views them the same. So as long as your service-connected condition is listed on the death certificate as either the cause or contributing cause of death, you should be good to go with your dependency indemnity compensation claim. So all of a sudden, a 0% rating turns into this fantastic ongoing legacy benefit that goes to your surviving spouse and pays out anywhere between $1,600 per month, all the way up over $3,000 per month, depending on a whole host of factors. All right, Clay, I know that I went off the rails there for a minute, but I believe that, the spouse benefits are something that a lot of folks miss out on.